Fallyn, bitch! And you're watching the FanView podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Fans View podcast. I am so excited today to have a guest on. She is a woman who, since 2023, has wasted no time in becoming one of the hottest names in the Southwest on the indie scene. Whether she's smashing crutches, insulting opponents, racking up wins, I mean, the name Fallyn Grey has become one to watch. Please welcome to the show, Miss Not Fallyn, Fallyn Grey. Fallyn, how are you doing tonight?
Hi guys, I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. I was so nervous that we weren't going to make this happen. Technology kind of wanted to play some games tonight, but we're making it happen.
Yeah, it's okay.
How is everything going in the Southwest this evening?
Pretty good. So I'm based in Tucson, Arizona, and it's just really hot. The huge. But yeah, everything's pretty okay here. How
Good
about where
deal.
you're from?
We're in South Carolina. The Fans View podcast in South Carolina, also hot as balls. Funny enough, probably not quite as humid, but definitely hot.
Yeah.
But we could complain, but I mean, it's only a 30-minute podcast, so I guess I better get into it.
My
and,
bad.
and I just want to jump into it because, like I said, I've been so excited to have you on the show.
Yeah.
For fans that might be meeting you the first time, and I don't know how that's possible if you have an Instagram account,
No.
but how would you describe Fallyn Grey, both the wrestler and maybe the person behind the character?
Yeah, okay. So Fallyn Grey, she is a fallen angel. She is the holy queen of the wrestling scene. So Fallyn Grey is, basically, I'll give you the lore behind this. You ready? You want
I'm
the
ready.
lore? Okay.
Hit it.
So
Hit us.
all right, here we go. So Fallyn Grey, she was a baby angel in the Garden of Eden. She, grew up in the heavens, she sang in the choir, and eventually she was perfect to be like in the army, the official angel army, fighting off like the fallen angels and all of that, God's soldier. So she's badass, she has everything, she's ethereal and very close to God. But then with the whole falling out with Lucifer happened, and then, this kind of like this was just the beginning of like questioning and not understanding things, and like all she saw was banishment, from her creator. So she was obviously a little bit just confused because things like that don't happen. That was like a revolutionary thing. He becomes the devil, and then Fallyn, she's just like, now she's like teenager, she's moody, she's angsty, she's Fallyn Grey, she's really black and white though, so it's like she's just having trouble. She's loosely based off the person behind it, Grayland, because I can be very black and white in my thinking. So he's like, you got to get your anger under control, because like I'm starting, like Fallyn's starting to beat up her colleagues in the freaking angel army. Like it is she's hitting her finisher on people. It's a lot. He's like, he puts her down into purgatory, because we gotta fix this. You needed some self-reflection. Wrong. She actually fell down to hell, and she doesn't know if he did this on purpose, because God doesn't make mistakes. So she's like, but all she knows is that she felt betrayal, abandonment from like the person that she loved the most. And part of her will always be good, like internally good, but she's just conflicted. And that's where this sort of like insanity, this sort of the what's it called? The contradictions of her personality, like that's kind of where it starts. So when she falls into hell, like she learns the tactics of the devil. She knows the manipulation now. She kind of like, she's constantly learning. But she has like the power from God, the good heart from God. But now she's also like, she's not dumb. She knows how to win. games. You play to win, basically. Anyways, it's not what she wants anymore. She's a good girl on the inside. So she's crawling her way out of hell, and then stab, 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 all of the demons, like they're fucking trying to get her back. Like, you get down here because the devil wants her. Devil's in love with Fallyn. The Fallyn's not. Fallyn's like, I'm out of here. So they start stabbing her left leg, and that's why Fallyn always wears a black stocking on her left leg. And she made it to the mortal realm, and she's just like, so she's just confused. But most of all, she doesn't know how to really form her emotions. So most of it just turns into anger, which is actually something that I struggle with as a person. Like, I will have a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts, and more often than times, it's just so overwhelming. So for her, it's very overwhelming for everything that she's gone through and to be in this human world. And the only way that she can take out that rage, that maybe that sort of redemption arc, like trying to prove to God that she's good enough to come back, but at the same time spiting him because frick you, I'm hitting my finisher on mortals. Like, it's just weird. So she's dominating the world of pro wrestling because that's where, when she raises hell, it feels like heaven.
Love, guys, that was a Fans View podcast. I don't know how we follow that. That was impressive. I love that. I did not expect that much of a well thought out answer.
Thank you.
That is amazing. That I appreciate just the attention to detail. Wow. That was awesome. I don't even know how to follow that question up. I was gonna ask you the story behind the name Fallyn Grey, but I think you just gave it to us.
Well, I mean, also with that, fallen actually means derived from royalty and in power. Like, that's what that means. So fallen, and also sounds like a fallen angel. And my real name is you guys ready for this? You guys want to know my real name?
Here we go. I couldn't even find this on the internet, guys.
My real name is Graylin.
Boom. Fans View exclusive. There it is.
That's my
There
real
it
name.
is.
So it kind of goes together. I don't know.
Wow, that really is awesome. I mean, it's not that often that people put that much thought, let alone character work, into their name. So definitely kudos to you on that.
Thank
Um,
you.
one bugaboo that I know you have, I may or may not have slipped up before the interview. How often do people call you Fallyn?
Oh my God. All the time. Well, when I first started, all the time. And I mean, like, it will occasionally happen. But I think a lot of people like have seen the video of me going, "It's fallen, bitch."
Yeah, I was just I was just about to say, thank you to Brittnie Brooks. I know your name now is Fallyn. It is not Fallyn.
She's getting better. She still messes up and I still give her shit. But yeah, so everyone always quotes that video around me and I love it. But yeah, I still
Iconic.
yeah, but at every promotion, I just have to, before like I go out there, I find the commentators and I'm like, by the way, it's fallen. Like, think of a fallen angel. Like, because I've had times where they have said it wrong, and
Right.
I was about to grab the mic and say it's fallen because I'm an asshole. Like, Fallen Grey is sort of an asshole. She's like, you say it right.
Hey,
you
listen,
know?
if I put that much work into my name and my character, no, damn that. You're going to say it right, asshole or
Yeah.
not. No, I respect that for sure. And we're definitely going to circle around to Brittnie because you guys have what some might call a long and storied history
Yeah,
together.
we do.
Well, let's kind of Tarantino this thing a little bit and go back to the beginning. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit how you got into pro wrestling? Was it like a lifelong dream, or was it like something you found later in life?
So it was introduced to me as a kid because I grew up watching pro wrestling. My dad and my mom would go on dates before they even had me, and they would watch WWE. Like, so I grew up, and then I knew what it was. I was growing up during the Divas era, and I thought it was so badass. Like, I remember thinking that Nikki Bella was so beautiful, and like she actually helped me like kind of love my body because I've never been just a super skinny girl. I've always had like some muscle.
Mhm.
So my mom would be like, that could be you one day. And I'm like, yeah, like, because I wanted to be also an actress. I was already acting and singing from a young age and like theater, the community plays and all that all throughout high school. I'm a huge theater nerd. So, um, yeah, that's where those facial expressions come from. Um,
That
Thank you. But so I actually found it though when I was near the end of, well, no. It was after high school, like kind of like beginning of college. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but all I knew were the things that I loved, which was acting and it also singing. And I loved the gym. I was such a gym rat. Like I really got into it and meant a lot to me, and it helps me with anger. And but it wasn't really quite doing it for me anymore. I'm like, I need to punch someone, but I need to do it the right way. I need to do it legally. Like
Yes.
I don't want to actually fight someone, but a martial art, but also combining acting, being a pro wrestler, that's all like that's me. Like it was perfect. I had no idea that the indies were a thing. Then I found a wrestling school and I'm like, who else can say that they're a female wrestler in Tucson? Like come on, let's do it. Let's go.
Love that. And that's funny. Obviously, the Bella twins being based out of Arizona as well, so that's
Yeah.
pretty serendipitous. Aside from maybe Nikki, who are some of your biggest inspirations when you started to, take that step towards actually getting into the business?
Oh wow. Rhea Ripley. So like at the beginning I actually didn't know much about wrestling. Like I was so out of loop with it. Like I was thinking I wanted to be a lawyer in college. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my mom was like, just combine all the things that you love. So I still was pretty out of it. I haven't watched WWE in forever. I just remembered the divas. So like I didn't remember much, but I knew that Rhea Ripley, she looked dope and I liked her. And I'm like, but as I started training more, I would say like I really also loved The Miz. The Miz has always been someone that I love.
I could see that in you for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Where did you end up training?
I ended up training at a school called Cobra Clutch Academy here in Tucson.
Okay, and who was it that ran that school? Who trained you?
His name was Chris Evans, and I was the first female to actually graduate from that school.
Wow. Okay. Look at you,
Yeah.
just knocking down barriers. No big deal. Um, Obviously, you've been in the business for a couple years now. You've worked in places like Dreamwave, AWF, Uprising. Is there a crowd that comes to mind when you think of like a fun crowd you've been in front of that just immediately pops?
Yeah. So I would say the NWA New Mexico, that crowd is feral. I love it. There's amazing crowds everywhere. It just really depends. Like my home promotion at AWF, like they really they like me, like, even though like I'm an asshole and they like me. Like I've had like there's this one fan and I love him every single time because I come out and usually everyone's bowing and shit and I'm like yes, yes, but they're like we're not worthy and I'm like yes, but there's this one fan and he always kisses my boot when I tell him to, so I find him and I'm like kiss it and it always gets a pop. So that's kind of that cool, but like when I go to NWA New Mexico, as soon as I come out, it's boo, and then eventually they like me, but
I love that so much. That actually it's a perfect segue. Look at you, the segue queen as well. It's something I've been itching to ask since I found you on Instagram.
yeah.
Were you born a heel, or is this something that you had to work for?
uh well, I've always, I swear you can't, you know that quote, like the eyes don't lie, Chico. Yeah, like my
Yeah.
eyes, I just give crazy eyes. Like I just, but the thing is I'm passionate. Like if I want something, I'm gonna get it. And if I'm gonna do something, it's not gonna be half-assed. So I grew up in plays and all the girls couldn't be mean. Like they couldn't be the evil stepmother. Well, guess what? I stepped up and I was the evil stepmother. So I was always the bad guy growing up because I don't know, like I just, other sweet faces like couldn't really like be that convincing. But me, I'm like, let's go, full
Yeah.
send.
Yes. Yes. You definitely strike me as you came out of the womb just healing. You can't help
Yes.
yourself. You can't help
Cutting the
yourself.
promos in the placenta.
Yes,
No.
yes. Just out here just ruining worlds in the nursery.
Yeah.
Um Speaking of being that dastardly heel that you
Mhm.
are, Brittnie Brooks, you have
Oh,
had some
oh
interesting
God.
interactions with her.
I hate
Can
her.
you can you talk a little bit about your feud with Brittnie and how much fun it is to work with someone so accomplished in the business?
Yeah. Britney's a stupid Barbie. I just wanna start off with that. Fake. Nah,
Uh,
like
there's that clip that's going on socials.
nah. So Brittany, she started working she's been in the business for I think like 5 years now. When I first actually started like considering wrestling, my mom, funny enough, she was like, "Look it, this is another girl in Arizona, Brittnie Brooks." Like, so, and this was like Brittnie when she was like, younger, obviously not as big. Like, she's making moves now. Like, good for her.
Right.
Fuck you, but good for her. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I love her, but I hate her. But anyways, sorry, Fallen. But
I'm telling you, it's that heel. You can't help it. You can't help
it's
it.
just
It's
fun.
okay. We
But
love you for it. We love you for it.
thank you. But yeah, so I had known of her, and then when I started working at AWF, obviously that was her home promotion as well. So that's where we first met, and she was the iconic baby face because everyone loves her. Like, and so I was coming in, and it's funny. Like as soon as I came in, I was automatically a heel. Like it was pretty. I mean,
That's
my yeah.
that checks out. That checks out.
Yeah. So, and I just think we look very like we do. Like I loved that we have different aesthetics because
Mhm.
Fallen Angel, she's like, she's nice first of all. I'm not. And then also like I'm like, I don't know, we just have different aesthetics. Like I'm a soldier and she's so they just put us together and started that storyline and I thought it was so funny because like it just started off with like, me challenging her and like um yeah, and it blossomed from that and it just got it more personal and I like like it just I love that she was the first rivalry that I had in the wrestling business. So I carry that hatred and I hold it in my dear heart. Like I love her so much for that. um yeah, it just blossomed from there.
Love that. And we can thank her for, like we said earlier, the most, maybe as of right now, the most iconic video like of your career with the "It's Fallen Bitch" and just
Yeah, clip that in there.
beating. Oh yeah, that's definitely going right here. I'm gonna challenge you right now, Fallen, on the spot. Say one nice thing about Brittnie Brooks.
She has good hair now because she stole my hairstylist.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Besides Brittnie, who are some of your favorite people to work with?
Um, let's see. I one of my okay. One of my favorite girls to work with is her name is Becca or Bethrika. Becca. She's also she's like an international pop star. I met her at Dreamwave and I don't know, we just vibe. I love her vibe. She's also kind of unhinged and um I like working with her. I love working with I could just go off like so Rebecca J. Scott. I love Becca. I love Taylor Kingsley. I'm actually wearing his shirt. We both come from AWF. I love working with so many people. Recently, I had the pleasure of working with Carissa Rivera, and she was formerly known as
Fun.
Electra. Yes, she was so amazing to get to know and learn from. So much perspective, and we beat the shit out of each other, and like it was awesome. It's so crazy to like these people like are so big, and like but wrestling the wrestling world is so small though so the fact that I get to share locker rooms and with these amazing people Nick Nemeth being one of them like you know how jealous my dad was when I said hey guess what I'm gonna be performing with Dolph Ziggler this weekend and he was
No
like
big deal. No big deal.
"Ugh." He loves it but yeah those are some amazing people yeah
That's fantastic. Is there anyone, and obviously I know the list is going to be plentiful, but maybe on the independent scene, we'll keep it
yeah
there, that you haven't worked with yet, that you're like, this person, like a match with X is on my bucket list?
huh I'm trying to think
See? Yeah, I'm getting you with the hard hitting questions.
there's There's a lot of I mean, I definitely want to work Emily J because we were going to, but I we didn't. And then I do really want to work Erica Demia because she's like she's too cutesy and I'm gonna shut that shit down in the ring. Like, she did her Ulu
Gosh.
thing and I fucking broke her fingers.
Oh my gosh, that would be fantastic. We've got to get you to the Carolinas for that match.
There's so many people that I want to work with. I'm trying to think of her name. Villain Zara Tara Zepp. I think that's how you say it. Tara
Tara
Zepp.
Zep. Tara Zep, yep.
She's so, dude, she's hot. She's such a badass. I love crazy women, and I like, she's very hardcore, and she's hilarious. So I would love to also have a match with her. And I never had a match with Bryn Thorne. She's based in Phoenix, and she's also super cool. There's so many girls. Yeah, those are just a couple I can name off right now, but there's a lot more. I'm sorry, I just drew a blank though.
No. Fallyn Grey versus Tara Zepp. I would love to see that. Founding member of the PWO, mind you. That would
Yes,
be.
book it, book it.
Let's do it. That man, dream matches galore over here.
Hey, you. Yeah, watching this right now. I see you. If you're enjoying what you're watching, I've got one quick favor to ask, and it only takes a second, costs you nothing, and makes a huge difference. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, maybe drop a comment. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Doesn't seem like much, but for small creators, it's everything. So let's help more people find this channel and keep the content coming. And honestly, I'm pretty sure the podcast will be really grateful. So if you're having fun, you like what you see, make it official, click those buttons, and the Fans View podcast, we'll see you next time.
Speaking of dream matches, so last week on the podcast, we had a power slap competitor by the name of Chelsea Dodson. She had
Yeah.
some choice words for Miss Gray. So I just want to give
Yes.
you a chance, Fallyn, talk your shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll talk my shit. First of all, if you're gonna talk shit, say my name right the first time, okay? And then, nah, but she's cool. She hits like a bitch. No, I'm just joking. She slapped me. I had the honor of being slapped by her during one of, I think it was like a five-way match at NWA New Mexico. She's so cool. I wanted her to go harder though. I was like, don't worry, like, fucking hit me, like actually hit me, like, how like awesome that'd be. But she's such a sweetheart, and she's so great to work with. She went easy on me, and I'm like, next time, you're making me bleed. Like, I love her. She's so sweet. So, I I think it'd be cool if either we also created more of a feud once she, because I don't think that she's not officially like done training yet, or if we just have like a cool camaraderie, like that'd be dope. I like her though. I love her though. She's a great person, and there's so many great people that you get to meet through wrestling like her. It's pretty cool.
For sure. And
Yeah.
obviously, it's all fun and in jest because for people that may have only saw the clip of her talking shit to Fallyn, she had nothing but nice things to say. She
Yeah.
actually told that story about you being like, haul off and just crush me. And she's like, no, I will literally hurt you. So maybe let's not do that.
Yeah. But it would have been such an honor though. I still sold it, but like one day.
You're just a glutton for punishment.
Yes.
Most importantly, we can't bring up Chelsea without asking, have you had the chance to try her cookies? Yeah, professional cookie baker. Did you know that?
My gosh, I saw her post something about that, and like it was some like a bakery shop, and in the bio
Yeah.
it said owned by her, and I'm like, that's insane. So no, I have not. That is on the list. Slap me and feed me, girl, please.
Yep, she's slapping bitches at 6 p.m. and feeding them cookies at 7.
Yeah, we love that.
And listen, as a fat guy, like I'm here for it. I'll be at that show. Book
Let's do it.
it. Obviously we talked about, you working a lot in the Southwest. You've already, you've been a women's champion for your home promotion at AWF. You were the first ever FSP women's champion. What do those moments mean to you? Obviously it's the independent circuit, but behind the curtain, that still means that company has the faith in you to have you carry their title.
Yeah. It means a lot, honestly. Um, for as mean as I am, as Fallen is, it's actually very difficult for me not to smile because I just like I'm so happy, like, but when I do get those opportunities, like, it really just clicks that, hey, they see something in me, and two, also I've proven myself to be um consistent enough in my performances to like make
Yes.
have stories and make this mean something. So because like I'm sure that you've heard, the belt doesn't make the champion makes the belt. So
Absolutely.
anytime I have the opportunity to represent, I take it very seriously, and it's just an honor, and I love it. And I'm gonna flaunt it, and I'm gonna kiss it. I remember when I freaking beat Vert Vixen in my most recent match at FSP with it. I actually took the belt licked it and then smashed you over the head with it. And it's okay because, yeah,
Love that.
if I lick
And
it, it's mine.
I'm glad. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you said that, though. Not the licking part, but you know, despite despite being a heel, and not just blowing smoke up your ass, because obviously I'm a huge fan of yours, but being so much fun to watch and so well supported, I guess is what I'm getting at. How hard is it to be a heel when people really just naturally want to cheer you?
Okay, so this is how I deal with it. And I love it because, okay, I'm the type of heel that, I'm just gonna go out there and I'm better. Like, I'm better than all of you, basically. And either I'm gonna, be fucking cutting you off and shit, because I'm just aggressive and I want that smoke. I want that beef because I'm here for a fight. But I'm the type of heel that, also does these things with bad intentions, but it's worship me. So, if you don't worship me, you're gonna get it. If you do worship me, I'll be like, yes, peasants, yes, me. So it kind of just works. Like, either if you want to worship me, you're my peasant, you're part of the peasant nation. Um, if you don't, I'll just bully you, and it's fun. And yeah, so I have the angel army and the peasant nation. So, but it is sometimes a little hard. Like, I know some people are like, oh, we just want to make you face. Like, we don't want to fight it. They love you too much. And I'm like, yes, but people loved The Miz, but they also hated him. And
Absolutely.
I have that. I'm able to do that because I'm still able to be a shitty person, well, a shitty angel, but be cool, like badass.
Absolutely, for sure. And as we kind of start to take this thing home, one thing I think I is important to ask you, and maybe people to know, life as an independent wrestler is not always the most glamorous. This is not
No,
WWE. This is not All Elite. This is not TNA. What is
no.
it? What is it that keeps you motivated? On this pro wrestling grind. Not everybody's built for the travel, for the toll that it takes on your body. And you're thriving. What is it that keeps you going?
Thank you. Honestly, it's you know, feeding the little girl inside of me that wanted to be a performer, that wanted to change the world, that wanted to mean something. And I've always wanted to be an actress. And, I'm basically living her dream. I created a character and and that character is loosely based off of my flaws, just like being so black and white, that I'm just able to also take the pain away from other people because when people watch shows, they either, they do it to, have a break from reality. And then once they find themselves invested in a character, it becomes that much more meaningful. So the fact that I'm also, being and I'm living the dream for Graylin and the baby me, I'm also making an impact on the fans and those connections, it means so much to me. There's a little fan and I'm gonna name her name is Kiara. She actually, she's one of my biggest fans. She has a whole wall dedicated to me. She comes dressed up as my gear so we can match. I took her, she's in Phoenix, and I brought her over to Tucson because I knew it would have been meaningful if, what if we gave her matching wings, I handmade glowing white wings so we could walk out together and then she could help me cheat to win, and she loves it. I turned so many little girls heel. I think that's my biggest accomplishment. But yeah, that's what it is. It's the connections and the fun, and yeah, making making meaning of what I love.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even have this on my on my questions list, but how important is it to you? You brought up that little girl. How important is it, even as a heel, to be someone they can look up to? To be a role model. In a certain extent. How
It
important is that to
means
you?
it is so important to me. I wanted someone, someone odd, someone very passionate, someone with crazy eyes, someone that was not afraid to get down and dirty. Someone like me to look up to as well, and just showing other girls that you can be strong, unhinged, outspoken, but not it's not overly rude, because I still have class. just doing it just means everything to me. And also, like, tying this in, I really wanted to, make an impact in the so on my left leg, I was born with something called Klippel Trenaunay syndrome. And what that is it's a birth defect. It's a physical birth defect, a deformity. And so my left leg is actually physically bigger than my right leg, and the bone's bigger. You can see all of my veins because my veins and arteries have leaky connections. So I need to wear a compression stocking. Like, that's why I wear a black compression stocking to pump blood to my heart. But like, and not only that, but also, like, emotions. Like, I've always felt so much, and then to have an outlet, first of all, it's just amazing. But just proving to everyone that, hey, you can have no matter the physical or mental setback, you can get up there and you can make people happy just by,
Yeah,
like, you can still do it. It's very, very important to me to, you know, be somebody like that. I don't know, be a leader, I guess.
I love that answer, and thank you for sharing that with us. That's tremendous.
Yeah, of course. I'm
Um,
very authentic. I'm very genuine.
you are, and yes, absolutely. As unhinged, you are equally authentic. We'll give you that. I saw in my research something that I didn't think I was gonna find, but apparently you are quite the multi-talented woman. Obviously, you're a beautiful woman. You've done some modeling in your day, but you are also quite the musician. Where are
Yeah.
you today? As far as like where's singer songwriter Fallyn gonna make her debut?
So, I have so many songs written. I am also a poet, but I have so many songs written. I'm just very much a perfectionist, but I'm gonna be recording, like, actually recording a new song, like my first song to, like, really put out. Um, called what was it called? I'm gonna be recording it next week in LA because one of the promoters for Dream Slam is also, he also noticed that, like, I have a good song. I have potential in that. So he's gonna hook me up with, like, one of the producers. So, like, we're gonna actually, like, get this ball started as well. It's just that I'm really just focused on the whole wrestling thing and, cutting promos. That singing and songwriting, even though, like, I'm good at it, like, and that's my hobby, like, it's just something I do as an outlet, like, just something I do when usually when I'm sad or mad. So, like, most of my songs are kind of depressing. Like, sorry about that, but it's not just something that, like, I'm super focused on. At one point in my life, it was my dream, but then it shifted to wrestling. And when you're your own, like, basically business owner, like, yeah, you can't really do some other stuff. But mark my words, I will, I will put out more songs eventually. I have so many and they're so good, I swear. But one day, one day.
Love that. I love that. You're dangling the carrot for us. That's all. That's what you're doing.
Yes, that is what I'm doing. Yes.
If wrestling did, I know this is going to be kind of a tough question. If wrestling didn't exist, what would you be doing?
I think I would be a criminal psychologist or a lawyer because I'm really good at arguing. Okay, so
Bless.
listen, look. The reason why is because I'm very much an empath. I feel a lot, and that means I feel a lot for people. And when I see someone, like, going through it, and, like, maybe also, like, for, like, in a story, like a villain, like Scar from The Lion King, I'm like, what really happened? Like, I think I'd be a therapist. Like, I've always been wanting to better myself, but also, look at tactics and see how the human mind works. I want to make other people and bring them the peace that I never really had in my childhood. Not to say that I didn't have, a great support system, because my family is freaking amazing and they've supported me through everything. But it's just that when have mental health issues, it feels like hell sometimes. And I've always wanted to be someone to relieve that. So I think I would either be a criminal psychologist, so I can also that thrill, so I can also, like, I really want to know the deep and dark stuff. Like, I can handle it. Like, let me help you. But either a lawyer or a vet, because I love animals, and I actually love animals a little bit more than humans, but I still have a lot of love. It's just that, I don't know, just there's something about, like, a little bird. I have a bird and I love her, and I just love animals. Yeah.
I love that. I love that answer.
Thank
I
you.
got two more for you as we wind down here. I get to ask my two favorite questions.
Okay.
The first of which being, away from the ring, what are you a fan of? This is the Fans View podcast, so I have to ask.
Yeah. Okay. I am a fan of musical theater. I love musical theater. I love Hamilton. I love all musicals. I know I sing Newsies. I sing everything. Huge musical theater geek. I love it. I love it. I also, well, also I sing and write. I self-taught on piano. I love plotting. Like I love writing and that's like I created the whole story of Fallyn Grey.
Yeah.
Like once I'm locked in, like I'm invested. So I don't know. It's like the next thing I'm locked in. I also love crocheting. I will make stuff. I love
Didn't see
working
that
out.
coming. Did not see crocheting coming.
I
I'm so sorry to interrupt, though. Please go on.
No, you're so good. I mean, also working out. So I would. Those are my other interests. So singing, working out, crocheting, and sometimes I'll crochet like little whales that I'll also give to my fans, like little gray ones. Um,
That's amazing.
yeah, and I love crafting. Yeah, I just no.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Last but not least, at this stage of not just your career, but your life, you're a young woman still, how do you define success?
Success. It is success is something that it's when whatever that you're doing, you're happy, and you know that what you're doing is worth the time that you're living here on earth, if that makes sense. So as long as I'm happy, it doesn't even matter how far I go, as long as I'm touching some people like along the way, like in their hearts and making an impact in some way, making someone feel something, making someone realize something, taking pain away by, making them laugh. Like that's what success is. I mean, also it'd be great to be financially stable. Of course, we need that. So that also like
Yes.
contributes to it. But the thing is if you make it to the top without really making an impact on anyone, along the way, then were you really that successful or are you just well off now? So yeah.
Well put, well put. Well, Fallyn, this has been so much fun. Where can people get a hold of you? Where can they check out your unhinged videos, all that fun stuff on socials?
So mainly on my Instagram, it's Fallyn_Grey. And then my YouTube channel, I still have yet to upload more. Things get copyrighted because of music and like some other
Yeah.
stuff, but I will.
Don't I know it?
So I'm working on putting more videos out, but yeah. So I also Facebook Fallyn Grey. Um, Yeah, and then also if you want to work with me or like book me or also if you want to get in contact for 8 by 10s and other merch and my email is thefallengray@gmail.com. But yeah, I just also there's going to be something called Afterglow coming up. It's going to be a series. I'm going to be a part of that. And I'm going to be traveling a lot for that. So just keep an eye out on Afterglow. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Awesome. That is so much fun. Guys, please, you will not regret it. I cannot give this a harder fans view stamp of approval. Go follow, if you do nothing else that I've ever said, go follow her Instagram. It is
Bro.
just it's wild. Go buy an 8x10, go buy a t-shirt. If you're in the Southwest, if you're in Arizona, surrounding areas, go check her out. Somebody's got to kiss her boot, okay, guys? That
Someone
could be
has
you.
to.
It
I
could be
appreciate
you.
it if you would.
I mean, let's do this, guys. Give her support, give her the love she deserves. Fallyn, thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully we can have you on again, talk a little bit more shit, and we'll dig into some more singer-songwriting stuff, and we could go hours at this point. You are so much fun to have on.
I appreciate you and thank you. I'm finally got to do an episode. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Guys, like I said, go make sure you follow Fallyn on Instagram, go buy some merch, check her out, and most importantly, guys, don't forget, call your mom.
Yes, tell her you love her.
If you haven't liked or subscribed, you're gonna be joking me.